what is the reason that this area is so much rich in producing human smugglers and those who are being smuggled? If we go back, थोड़ा सा मैं डिटेल में जाऊंगा ताकि आप इसको समझ सकें. In 1960s, when Mangla Dam was built, more and more people were relocated from that area. Government offered them money and opportunities to settle in other parts of the country. They were deported. They went to other parts, other countries like Europe and United States and Gulf countries. But later on, these countries made their visa policies very strict. So people started using illegal means to go to the other countries. They traveled from Pakistan to Iran, from Iran to Turkey, and from Turkey to Greece, and onwards to Europe. Now this thing has become their psyche. It is in their culture that you find every second person or young lad trying to go to abroad legally or illegally. I was posted there as Additional Director Immigration, Additional Director FIA Gujranwala, and during my 1 year, I received about 2,500 or 2,600 young boys who were deported back from different countries, who had gone illegally, but they were deported back to Pakistan, from Turkey, from Greece, from Austria, from Germany. And all of them were within the age bracket of 18 to 25 years. And if I would reach office in the morning at 9 or 10, and गुज़श्ता रात जो फ्लाइट सालकोट एयरपोर्ट पे आती थी उससे वो सारे लैंड करते थे, और डेली हर दूसरे दिन there were about 20-25 young boys who were in front of me. I used to question them, I used to ask them, I used to interrogate them, and everyone had a thrilling story to tell. Such a thrilling story that you can make an adventurous thriller movie on their stories. They traveled all the way on their feet. They went to Balochistan, from Balochistan to Iran and Turkey, and many of them died in the way. Even to this day, there are 40,000 Pakistanis who are present in the jails of Turkey who have gone there illegally. 40,000 Pakistani हैं जो वहाँ की जेलों में हैं, and all are from Gujranwala division. So when I tried to study the reasons behind that, most of the opinions which came across me that people are going because of the economic reasons, because of the social reasons. But I would quote an Indian writer here, P.K. Saha. He writes that it is more a fascination, a psychological fascination for the alien shores, which forced that people, those persons, to go abroad. I would quote two very interesting incidents here, that a very famous incident took place. एक बोट जो है वो लीबिया से इटली जा रही थी illegal migrants को लेके. There were 98 on the board. 29 were from Pakistan and 29 were from Gujranwala division, right? वो बोट डूब गई, सारे उस पे डूब गए. We started finding their families. One of my SHO reached a far off village of Gujarat. रात को जाके उसने दरवाज़ा नॉक किया और अंदर से एक बाबा जी बाहर आए. उनको बताया कि जो आपका बेटा आपने भिजवाया था illegally, wo, he is no more. He opened the door and he asked my officers to sit there. He was having a 13-year-old boy with him. There were two pictures on the wall. He said that on the right side is my elder son, who went to Greece in 2013 और आज तक उसका पता नहीं चला. And on the left is my younger son, जो अभी आपने बताया है वो डूब गया है. My SHO asked that tell us the name of the agent who sent them illegally. कहता, I won't tell you the name because if I told you the name, you would arrest him. Then who would send this 13-year-old child to abroad? कि उस 13 साला बच्चे को फिर कौन बाहर भेजेगा? So with this psyche, with this mindset, I would quote another incident कि वो जब सुबह आते थे, मैं ऑफिस में पहुंचता था, I used to ask them, question them, and they would tell their stories. Similarly, a young boy of 21, 22 years of age, I asked him that, how did you go and where did you go, how did you travel? He told me the whole story that he started from Pakistan, went to Quetta, crossed the Taftan border, and walked on feet all the way Iran में से, और फिर there was winter season, critical weather, snowfall, many of us died. He was aware of the fact that many of them died in the way. जितने पहुंचते हैं उससे ज़्यादा रास्ते में मर जाते हैं. तो I asked, फिर he started crying. मैंने उसको हौसला दिया, मैंने कहा कोई बात नहीं. कहता कि मुझे मेरे जो पैसे हैं वो ज़ाया हो गए हैं. मैंने कहा कोई बात नहीं, तुम यहाँ मेहनत करो, पैसे और आ जाएंगे. कहता this is what I am going to do. I will work hard to collect the money so that I may travel again. पूरा साल एक लगा के वो पहुंचा है. So these were the conditions where I found very helpless. I felt that this is where a psychological intervention, a psychological treatment, maybe of their families, their parents, that old man who even after sending two of his sons abroad, जो मर गए हैं, उसके बावजूद भी वो तीसरे को भिजवाना चाहता है. So these are the cases, these are the scenarios where psychological intervention can play a very important role. And my last case scenario, which I would discuss. How many of you are aware of the name Gulzar? Gulzar का नाम किसी ने सुना हुआ है? District Gulzar. It's a district in Gilgit-Baltistan. आप में से 2-3 हैं जिन्होंने district Gulzar का नाम सुना हुआ है. But how many of you know that the suicide rate of young educated girls between 18 to 25 years of age is highest in district Gulzar than any other district of Pakistan? You know that? Perhaps you don't know that. 18 से 25 साल की लड़कियां, पढ़ी लिखी लड़कियां जो सुसाइड करती हैं, सबसे ज़्यादा डिस्ट्रिक्ट Gulzar में करती हैं. That was my first posting as an ASP. I was freshly out of training academy after qualifying my CSS. I opted for Gilgit. I went there. After 2-3 months, I found that the number of cases in which girls are committing suicide is more as compared to any other part of the country. I got somehow interested. Then I tried to study from different sources. I could not find very relevant data. Then I asked my staff to collect the FIRs registered of suicides committed by the girls in last 15 years. And you will be astonished to know that in 96 se leke 2010 tak, there were 300 suicides which were committed by young educated girls. Gulzar is a very small district with 200,000 population. जो पंजाब का सबसे छोटा ज़िला है, smallest district of Punjab population wise is Hafsabad, with a population of 1.1 million, 11 लाख आबादी. But वहाँ भी suicide rate जो girls हैं उनका इतना नहीं है जितना वहाँ पे होगा. So when I tried to find out the reasons, I came across traditional reasons, family feuds, torture, domestic violence, divorces, this and that. But when I again went through the data, I found that the girls are mostly unmarried. And then there took place a case, a girl similarly from district Gulzar. She was from Yasin Valley. आप अगर सर्च करें या मैप पे देखें तो Gulzar डिस्ट्रिक्ट में एक यासीन वैली है, बड़ी खूबसूरत वैली है. वहाँ से a girl tried committing suicide. Fortunately, she survived. Humaira Hamdani was her name. She belonged to Ismaili community. She was brought to CMH and she survived. But unfortunately, जो बच जाते हैं इस जुर्म में उन पे FIR होती है. A case was registered against her. I was very keen to meet her and I was very keen to talk to her. She had done her most of her education from Islamabad. And then she went to Dow Medical University, Karachi, from where she did her MBBS. And after that, she came back. Now, one thing which I would like to tell you that females' education or females' literacy rate in district of Gulzar and Hunza is very high due to the intervention of Aga Khan Foundation. Girls are doing marvelously well in those areas, astonishingly good in those areas. They are getting high education. Many of them are going to other countries to get high education. So finally, I had a chance to talk to her, and she said a very interesting sentence. वो एक सेंटेंस जो है ना वो उनकी सारी जो उस इलाके की लड़कियां हैं उनकी मिजरीज को वो सम अप करता है. She said that modernity has empowered the minds but did not give space to celebrate the freedom. So what is happening? हो ये रहा है कि they go to Islamabad, Karachi and other countries for getting higher education, but ultimately they have to come back to that society, which is ridden with centuries-old traditions. They are unable to get matches, and they have to survive there. She was lucky enough that her parents got convinced. She came to Islamabad, and then from Islamabad she went to Ireland for her specialization. I was in contact for some time, but I don't know where she is right now, but I hope and pray wherever she is doing good. But that was one Humaira. There may be many Humairas who are still suffering from the same agony and from the same pain. For this lecture, I talked to one of my batchmates who is currently posted in Gilgit-Baltistan, and I asked him that what is the situation right now. What he told is even more alarming. He said that right now, situation is worse because since last couple of years, people have started attaching a very romantic view with the concept of suicide. Now young couples and youngsters have romanticized the concept of suicide, and certain cases in recent past have become part of folklore, which is being celebrated by the community, which is being cherished by the society. So this is where I think a psychological intervention can play a very important role. We need to tell them that life जो है वो not something to be afraid of. Life is light, life is awareness, life is about men, life is about mankind. Life is really not something to be afraid of. एक मुझे पोएम जो है वो याद आ गई है, बड़ी मशहूर नून मीम राशिद की, चंद लाइनें मैं जाते जाते उसकी. जिंदगी से डरते हो, जिंदगी तो तुम भी हो, जिंदगी तो हम भी हैं. आदमी से डरते हो, आदमी तो तुम भी हो, आदमी तो हम भी हैं. आदमी जुबां भी है, आदमी बयां भी है. हर्फ और मानी के रिश्ता हाय आहन से आदमी है वाबस्ता. आदमी के दामन से जिंदगी है वाबस्ता. आगही से डरते हो, जो अभी नहीं आई उस घड़ी से डरते हो, उस घड़ी की आमद की आगही से डरते हो. तुम अगर ये क्या जानो, लब अगर नहीं हिलते तो हाथ जाग उठते हैं, हाथ जाग उठते हैं राह का निशान बनकर, नूर की जुबां बनकर. हाथ बोल उठते हैं सुबह की अज़ां बनकर. रोशनी से डरते हो, रोशनी तो तुम भी हो, रोशनी तो हम भी हैं. लोग हंसे देखो, शहर फिर बसे देखो. तुम अभी से डरते हो, हाँ अभी तो तुम भी हो. अभी तो हम भी हैं, तुम अभी से डरते हो। Ladies and gentlemen, finally, I would say that mental illness is not a choice, but mental health definitely is. And mental health is not a destination, it's a process. It's about how you are driving, not where you are going. So we must never end up with anyone suffering from mental illness. Because when I is replaced with we, illness becomes wellness. And health does not always come from the medication, from the medicines. Most of the time it comes from peace of heart, peace in the soul, peace of mind. It comes from laughter, it comes from joy, it comes from happiness, it comes from candor, it comes from sunshine, and it comes from being honest and open. If we start being honest and open in sharing our agonies, pains, frustrations, our shortcomings, our anxieties, I'm sure we are going to leave this world a much better place than we found it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for such a research-based facts and figure lecture. Now, the House is open for question answers. If you have any questions, please ask. The question must be very short and quick, please.
Dr. Gulzar, I'm the Professor of HOD from Department of Psychology, Lahore Garrison University, Lahore. It's a very, very interesting talk by the police officer. And it's also inspiring for me that being a police officer, you are also highly concerned with the subject of psychology and intervention programs. This is a source of happiness for me as well. Just I would like, not a question, but my small observation is that as you are in the field and you are doing research work as well, and you have some knowledge and awareness in this area, but we professionals who are teaching in different universities and other institutions are also working in the area of criminology and forensic psychology. So I have also some programs over there in MS Clinical Psychology and MPhil Applied Psychology related to forensic psychology. So I would like that we should also have more collaboration between us, and perhaps we can work better for our younger generations. They can also learn a lot from the field work and actual practices, the data and information that you have, and perhaps being academicians and interventional psychologists, perhaps we can also do something for the police, for the society, for the community welfare. I think so. We need to have more collaborative efforts. So I would appreciate if you join this. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. I completely agree with you that we need more and more collaboration. And this is what we are trying to do with the help of people like you and people like Dr. Rabia. We have taken a certain initiative as far as the psychological profiling of our police force is concerned. And on this forum, I would like to say it loud and clear that whatever I have done and whatever experience I have gathered during my last 11, 12 years, that experience, that data, those statistics are available with me. And I would encourage all of you to come further and collaborate with us. I'll provide all those resources and data to any one of you who is interested in making some kind of research related to criminology or forensic psychology. And I'm sure that if this would go on, then we can definitely go a step further to formulate certain strategies. We can come up with certain policy guidelines, which as law practitioners, we can implement in the field to get better results.
Assalamu alaikum, sir. First of all, thank you so much for coming to this day and sharing such an informative things with us. I am a faculty member here in psychology department, LSPS. I just want to ask, like, you share so much informative things, fact-based, research-based, everything. Why don't you people publish these profiles, psychological profiles, so that we can create awareness in the masses? Why don't you people go towards this step, like publish them? Advertise them, tell the people, help us to develop this awareness in the masses. Why don't you people, like you have done case studies. I have never heard any psychological or forensic case studies done in Pakistan. I have never read anything like this. Why? Why this gap is here?
Thank you very much. Very, very pertinent question. As far as your question is concerned, you said that we can get our research published in different magazines or whatsoever. Let me tell you that the observations, the experiences which I shared with you were more of, you can say, an informal research, but because once we police officers are in the field, we hardly get times even for our families, and my wife sitting here can better tell you that most of the time I'm not even available to her and the kids. So my observations, except the one which I made on the increasing use of recreational and party drugs, that was part of my promotion course, which I did in the MCMC mid-career management course. That is published in the form of a thesis and research work. But rest is basically our observation, which I think you people, students of psychology, can use in a better way. And we are, just like I said, we are always available to share. It's very simple that if you want to research on any particular field, we just need to collect FIRs from different police stations of a district, or for that matter from Lahore, and that can give you a huge data to make your base your research upon. But like me, there are one or two other persons in police service also whom I know, and there are going really good work as far as the research is concerned. And I'm sure with your collaboration and with involvement of you people, this would go a step further, inshallah.
Any other question?
So my name is Kumail Termizi, and I work with Mufakhir. So you shared a few observations with us about how mental illness is prevalent among the general population, and how the whole process of becoming an outlier in the society. So I'd like to ask: is there anything that the establishment is doing to prevent these things, other than just barring the people that are at the edges? Is there anything being done to make sure that our general population, in the time that is currently upon our country, doesn't fall to that side?
Unfortunately not. As far as I discussed with you, I discussed a couple of scenarios where I felt that we need to do more than mere policing. सिर्फ policing से जो है वो बात नहीं बनेगी. We need to go a step further. And the last two scenarios which I discussed, those were the occasions or places where I actually felt the need to have some sort of psychological help with me, psychologist available with me, so that we could address the psyche of the masses at vast place in that region which I discussed in Gujranwala, 6 districts of Gujranwala. And if we talk about the last scenario of female suicides in district Gulzar and district Hunza, गिज़र की मिसाल मैंने सिर्फ इसलिए दी है कि वहाँ पे सबसे ज़्यादा है. देयर आर अदर डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स आल्सो ऑफ गिलगित बल्तिस्तान वेयर द स्टोरी इज़ द सेम. गिज़र के बाद जो दूसरा है वो हुंजा का नंबर आता है. आप जाके अगर if you try to find out, you will come to know the facts कि वहाँ पे government की तरफ से there is no such intervention to उनको मोटिवेट करने के लिए या साइकोलॉजिकली ट्रेन करने के लिए. What we do, police officers or police department does at their own, but definitely there is a lot more needed to be done.
Now I would like to invite Dr. Ali Sajid to conclude this lecture by his valuable comments and views.
Respectable, our learned professor type police officer. I met Durrani Sahab, who was former IG KPK in 99 when he was SSP in Islamabad, and I was teaching him in Peshawar. Once I met him, he was also carrying out these kind of studies, and he ultimately became the IG because of his intellectual, what you call, capacity. I wish and I foresee you in the same role of that is IG KPK in the coming days. Unka style bhi yahi tha. Now, why it is since 8 a.m. our girls and boys are very patiently listening the talks of honorable learned guests, and I'm glad that the cream of the Lahore, maybe Pakistan, were available today. Number one. Number two, why we have not conducted formal international national conference in which couple of seasoned professors come and talk on theoretical issues. That was a very easy job for us. This is a new experiment we have carried out in the history of Lahore, maybe in Pakistan. Allow me to submit this fact. When I stayed maybe in 8 or 9 years in Washington, D.C., I have seen the American university, they remain engaged meaningfully with the industry, with the government official, with the public sector, and also with the State Department, with the DC government. So same pattern we are following here. In the morning, we have DIG training, Punjab Police. Initially, IG Punjab was coming, IG Punjab training, but he was busy, not busy, but he has some medical reasons. Then we have the chairman, PHEC Punjab, Pakistan Engineering Council chairman आए, हमने उनसे भी कहा कि आप intervene करें और prevention role पे मदद करें. अभी डॉक्टर जाहिद कह रहे थे कि he was one of the interventionist psychologist. मैं एक नई term coin करने की जसारत करूँगा, पता नहीं सही है कि नहीं. That is prevention mode पे जो psychologist हो सकते हैं. Proactiveness is the only name of the game for the success. Allow me to submit. Proactiveness and prevention. Prevention is better than cure, and stitch in time saves 9. Stitch in time saves 9. अब बड़ी ज़रूरत है कि हम इंडस्ट्री के साथ लॉ इन्फोर्सिंग एजेंसीज जिसमें आप लोग भी हैं, रेंजर्स भी कल को आ सकते हैं, उसके बाद हमारी नेशनल सिक्योरिटी की एजेंसीज हैं जिनका नाम लेना मुनासिब नहीं, आप सबको पता है. हम चाहते हैं कि उनके साथ भी इंगेज हों और पूरी नेशन की ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन में पहली जो पौड़ी का जीना है वो उसको हम उस जीने पे हम आपको सपोर्ट करें, फैसिलिटेट करें. I have Allah ka shukr, a global exposure of education for more than 3 decades, and we are more than happy to extend our cooperation and our team and our professors from traditional academic theta beta culture to applied culture. Theta beta culture क्या जी 4 theories पढ़ा दी, फ्राइड की और 2 उसकी पढ़ा दी, और मैं खुद मोटिवेशन की 8 theories पढ़ा के मुझे हिफ्ज़ हो गई हैं, पता नहीं मैं कितनी इंप्लीमेंट करता हूँ. मैं मोटिवेशन का टीचर भी हूँ और शायद प्रैक्टिस भी थोड़ी बहुत करने की कोशिश करता हूँ. सो देयर इज अ डायर नीड that we should combine our forces with a view to prevent the disaster and damage in the society, and to discourage the rising trend of violence which is prevailing and rising every passing day, starting from doctor to lawyers and to tomorrow हम देखते हैं कि इंजीनियर्स भी सड़कों पे आ जाएंगे. अब ये एक ट्रेंड बन रहा है कि जी सिर्फ डंडे और सोटे के साथ ही राइट मिलते हैं और पीसफुल रेजोल्यूशन और पीसफुल को एग्जिस्टेंस का वजूद ख़त्म होता जा रहा है. उस टेंडेंसी को हमारा काम है एजुकेशनिस्ट के तौर पे कि उस टेंडेंसी को हम डिस्करेज करें. और सुबह इस मौजू पे बड़ी लंबी बात हुई है 4-5 प्रोफेसर से, मैं उसको रिपीट नहीं करना चाह रहा हूँ, बट आई जस्ट वांट टू एक्सटेंड our soul and heart to the Punjab police in any capacity, in every capacity. I have the unique honor to train more than 2,000 police PSAs and Muharrars in the last 4 years in the Sahala as well as this place, what we call Chohang. So our doors are open for the training. As a battalion commander, I'm also ex-army, so हम आपको उस कैपेसिटी पे भी मदद दे सकते हैं. और अगर आपको एकेडमिशियन रोल पे मेरा दूसरी सपोर्ट चाहिए तो हमारे पास टीम है प्रोफेसर्स की, लर्नेड प्रोफेसर्स, और डॉक्टर गुलजार ने बड़ा काइंडली अपनी सर्विसेज ऑफर की, हम उनके भी मशकूर हैं, सुबह से यहाँ मौजूद है. सो डेज आर गॉन जब एकेडेमिया सिर्फ अपनी दुकान चलाता था और बच्चों पे रोब जमाता था और अपनी प्रोफेसरी मुसल्लत और मुसल्लम करके फारग हो जाता था रिटायर्ड. दो डेज आर गॉन. हम यूएसए वाला मॉडल लेके आ रहे हैं जिसमें तरक्की है, जिसमें दवाम है, जिसमें जवाल नहीं है. वो दौर गया के साकी छुप के पीते थे पीने वाले, वो दौर गया के साकी छुप के पीते थे पीने वाले. बना है सारा जहां में खाना, हर कोई बादाखार होगा. तो बादाखारी के इस जमाने में बड़ा ज़रूरत है कि हम जहालत के उस पैराडाइम को ख़त्म करें कि हाजा अफसर, हाजा PhD, हाजा 22वां ग्रेड, हाजा 21वां ग्रेड, हाजा डायरेक्टर. वी आर सर्विस प्रोवाइडर टू द नेशन, और ये कर्जा हमने वापस करना है इस नेशन को बिफोर वी डाई. थैंक यू वेरी मच. हम बड़ा मशकूर हैं. छोटा सा सोविनियर हमारी तरफ से आपकी खिदमत में. और मुझे बड़ी खुशी है कि पंजाब पुलिस में एक नया चेंज आ रहा है, और पंजाब पुलिस को मैं ट्रिब्यूट पेश करने के लिए एक शेर पढ़ना चाह रहा हूँ, अगर आप इजाज़त दें. दौरे गर्दू में एक नया इनकलाब आने को है, दौरे गर्दू में एक नया इनकलाब आने को है, मैं कदे में मोतसिफ मस्त शराब आने को है.
Thank you so much, sir. Kindly give the shield to our respected guest.